Hello everyone, Luciferio here. I kind of want to make some YouTube videos, so why not start with making a tier list out of the relevant festival units and what the meta is right now. And so let's get right started. So at number 10, we have Revival Goku and Piccolo. Both of them fulfill the role of eating a rush when your main carry on Unirep, that's for example UI, and on movies that's Beast getting rushed. So you can throw them in, and your opponent wasted your rush. Both of them can deal a lot of damage after transformation. Piccolo can control the mid range, as Goresh would say, by if you have the reflexes for it, like abuse blast armor or green cut. So if you see your opponent tackle, just green cut. If you see your opponent blast, strike. And with UI, it's kind of similar. If you know how to abuse the vanishing, the gauge, this dodging gauge, well, you're pretty much untouchable. Not to mention he has a long range blue card, which is really premium in today's meta since most units have a charge forward blue card. So yeah, that's my number 10. At number 9, we have Cell. Cell is purple, right? So UI kind of decimates it. The thing is, if a opponent doesn't have a purple UI, Cell still can 1v3 your whole team. He gets his gauge almost immediately, meaning he gets double cutthroat speed right off the gate. And if you get a green card, he can combo drop though. He can combo drop and continue his combo till someone's dead. Since he gets cover null when his gauge is full, you can't really cover change into him. And his best team right now is probably Future ran with UVB. Because once Cell dies, he deals so much damage to your opponent that when UVB comes in and takes the advantage away, you can just ult your opponent and he's dead. There are a few exceptions, like some really tanky units that can withstand the UVB ult, but most of the time people will try to kill Cell with UI, and if they do that, well, UVB comes in and ults UI. And it doesn't matter if UI takes away your vanish if he gets hit by an ult, because UVB gets his vanish back after he killed someone. Yeah, that's why Cell is at number 9, because he has carry potential, but he is kind of fell off in the sense that UI isn't running around. So if you don't have this combo, then Cell kind of, well, Cell is kind of vulnerable, because on androids, paired with Gammas and 17, well, you have no answer to UI, basically. If UI ults you, someone's almost dead. Maybe if they ult 17, then you might be debuffing him, but in the end, UI's damage is not debuffable, meaning he gets the 30% damage inflicted no matter what. So yeah, that's why Cell is at number 9. At number 8, we have the Gammas. The Gammas are still good. The problem is that their blue is not as premium as it should be. But in today's meta, where everyone is so strike oriented, besides Unirep, but Unirep has a lot of strike defense. So the Gammas will just run through them if they have enough blast cards. Not to mention, there are only a few units that have blast cover changes, like Beast Gohan or Janemba. Everyone else, you need to be on the Goku side here. He has a strike cover change, he has a strike cover change, strike cover change, strike cover change, strike cover change. Yeah. So Gammas can run through your team. The problem is their team. They aren't on a good team right now. Androids kind of fell off with UI's release. But they can still 1v3, and with their standby mode, well, someone's probably dead. Their standby mode by far is superior to the Boobros, because it actually deals damage, and they don't even have a plat yet, or a decent Zenkai bench, which the Boobros actually have. And at number 7, we have, in my opinion, UVB. UVB never had like 4 counters in a row. I mean, 17 was a counter, Goku Frieza was a counter, Nameku was a counter. What else? Janemba was a counter, is still a counter. Maybe Goku Bardock is also a counter, somewhat, because they do so much damage without their blue cards even. But still, UVB deals with most of the meta units. He can rush Beast, well, he can kinda kill Beast without rushing him. He can kill UI, he can kill Evoken, and he can 1v3. I base my my tier list of how stupid the units can be, and how stupid the players need to be to play them. So if you're really stupid, you can play UVB, and you will most likely kill a unit, because you can just chain your cards and you're done. Which I'll come to when I'm choosing my rank 1 and rank 2 units. Probably not what most people expect. Yeah. At number 6, we have, where is he? Pycon or Gogeta. Similar to Piccolo, he's run on movies, or right now on the meta team. Right now is this team. Hold up. This is the meta team right now. And it's just another protection from Rising Rush. But he also does more pre-revival than this Goku or this Piccolo, because he can spawn green cards, disrupt, and is really tanky if you build him right with the right equipment. And yeah, popping your green cards early with Pycon saves, fills your gauge, but also stops combos in the sense that it might destroy a card that your opponent wants to use, like a strike or a blast, or the green cards. So not only is he a good disruptor, he also debuffs your opponent, and unless they have some way to cure, your opponent is hit with minus double card draw speed, and like lots of debuffs, what I want to say. So yeah, that's why he's at number 6. Because again, he himself will not carry you the game, but he's after transformation, maybe. Like, also the long range blue card, of course, which is really premium. But he's also on boost right now, so it might change if his boost is gone. So we gotta see if that's the case. At number 5, we have Evoken. People are right. What? Evoken was number 5 from the Vegeta clan main himself? Yep, I'm saying Evoken is number 5. Why? Because he does his own thing. Like, he can ramp up really fast if you pull the green cards at the right time. The problem is you can disrupt him really easily. Take away his key. He can't chain cards anymore. Destroy his cards. He doesn't have cards to chain. And so you can't fill his gauge. Not to mention, they are kind of squishy in case you're facing a purple unit, which kind of non-existent, but they're still around. Or a blue unit, if you're on Goku's side. You just die. Unless you save them with Jiren, but Jiren is dead most of the time because of UI. Like, they don't do something on their own. They don't save themselves, what I want to say. Like, UVB can lock a rush when he comes in. If you time it right, you can lock the rush and then safely swap out in case you get rushed. He has revival. They just draw Dragon Balls. Well, when he dies, he deals a lot of damage, and these also revival. So, but Evoken doesn't do that. Evoken is there to do damage and chain combos in eternity. So yeah, that's why I put them number 5, because you kind of have to plan ahead how you do your combo. I mean, that sounds stupid, but you kind of need to fill your gauge before it's too late. Before it's a late game and you're kind of screwed if your gauge wasn't filled up yet. Because how you play Evoken is as a last man standing. You don't want to waste your gauge, because when the unit is dead, they get the ability of landing a card getting the rush back, getting the vanish back, and destroying a Dragon Ball. So if a unit of yours dies, you wanna vanish first and then attack, because then you get your vanish back and you fill your gauge, so you get the most value out of the situation. And you don't want to swap, and you don't want to tag out. Otherwise, you'll waste the ones on Goku unless you need the card. Like you're low on card, your gauge is not full. Okay, let's swap, and then you get Goku side. You can use a card and fill your gauge up again. But then you waste your Vanish Restore, which most meta unit, well, most units kinda need to 1v3. Which is why they are number 5, because they need some sort of thinking. And that might surprise everyone, but Janemba for me is number 4. Why? Because he's stupid. He's just plain stupid. You go in, you press strike, you press strike, you press strike, because he gets cover null when you press a strike, not when it comes in, like UVB, but when you press a strike. So you can hold your cover null until you strike. And then even if they come in, it doesn't matter. He cannot be stopped, because you can't reduce ki, like from Pan or from what's it called? Goku Frieza, for example, also reduce ki, but nope, he's immune to it. And yeah, there are a lot of green units running around, but that doesn't matter if Janemba is ran on the movies team, because most people just run this together and you're safe. Just throw in another endurance, a revival unit like Piccolo or Gogeta, and you're fine. You have rush fodder. You can't be rushed because he reduces sub counts by 10, which is why he's also still that high up, because you can't reliably rush him. You can't blue card him. You can't ult him because he just removes your buffs, and your ults won't do enough damage, or a lot of damage at least. And of course, his counter is really broke. I mean, it's broken in a sense that it destroys the flow of the game. Because once you have priority with a unit and you strike him, well, he just counters it and resets it to neutral if you already used this gauge, or has a blue card and can counterattack and bleed, right? So people get rewarded for doing nothing. Not to mention, his gauge activates on sidestep. So even if you catch people on sidestep, well, the gauge activates. And what people do is, they just keep sidestepping. And at some scenarios, they sidestep and then strike attack, because they will think that you will blast attack on them on the sidestep, because people, well, let me rephrase that, because they think you'll wait for the gauge to activate. That's when they just strike attack and blast armor through your blast. So a well-used Janemba can still destroy the whole meta, especially if people are running double red, and then any unit like for example this. Let's disregard thing, and Janemba just destroys his team. He can rush anyone. He can pretty much combo without worries, except UI maybe. But then again, you have Beast on your team if you're facing UI. So you have an answer to UI already. And yeah, that's why it's at number 4, because he's more stupid. I base my tier list of stupidity. The higher they are, the more stupid the people need, the more stupid the unit is. So at number 3, we have, let's remove these one again. Number 3, we have Bardock Goku. Where are they? Barku. They are really good. People underestimated them because their gauge is kinda meh. It's only 30% more damage and then some buffs that can be cancelled, by the way. But once they get going, they flow really well into each other. It's like old GV when they first released, but better because of their green card. Their green card is really clutch, but they don't. The green card doesn't work against Beast Gohan, of course, and they kinda rely on the cover null that they get from using 2 cards. So you kinda have to plan out which card you're gonna press. It's not hard, but it's still something planning to do. So you don't get stopped on your track. Not to mention that indestructible. Like, this is the ultimate. Like, next to revival, I think indestructible is one of the best abilities in the game right now. If not, I wouldn't say the best, but still, it's really valuable in this meta where everyone just tries to rush you frame 1. And yeah, their colors are really good also, because green is okay. We have a lot of green units, but you can just swap to what's it called, to Goku, to Bardock, and Yuguchi. Not to mention their best team is probably this, or replace Beast with Gogeta. And you have a endurance unit, a unit that reduces sub counts if he gets rushed and removes Vanish, and an indestructible unit. So that's why Goku Bardock, or whatever you want to call him, is at number 3. And at number 2, we have UI. Why is UI at number 2? Well, as you can guess it already, Gohan is number 1. UI is really broken. I don't say he's not broken. He is really broken. His gauge is broken. The thing is, you can punish UI way faster than you can punish Beast. If you catch UI on a sidestep with Beast, for example, Beast, green cards, oh, he hurts the sidestep, blue card. Well, UI is dead. His gauge doesn't activate on a sidestep. So, meanwhile, if you blue card, if you catch Gohan on a sidestep, he debuffs you, he removes your buff effects, and he can swap out. Well, you can, if you catch on a sidestep, not, but if you get caught somewhere in a combo, you can just swap out if you want to ult him or Rising Rush him or blue card him. Even blue cards. Like, UI's debuffs only work against ults or Rising Rush. Meanwhile, Gohan debuffs works against Rising Rush, blue cards, and ults. And they are indefinite. He always debuffs. He always has subcon reduction. It's not limited. The thing about UI is that if you can play really good, like really, really good, you will not be touched, right? You just stand there and do nothing while people try to get rid of your gauge. But the thing is, he's not as stupid as Beast. Beast is stupid. You don't even need to think when you play Beast. That's the main difference between UI, why I put UI below Beast. Because Beast, you just come in, you strike, because one of your units probably got hit, so you get cover null from your units getting hit. And then once your gauge is full, you combo drop, transform, blue card. Only a few units can survive this. That is, for example, Beast. Beast can survive this. Barku might survive this. Janemba can survive this if his gauge is full. They will not survive this. He might not survive this. He only survives this if you lock his blue card. They will not survive this. He will not survive this. And they only survive this because they are revival units. Maybe Ape can survive this. But it's only if Beast Gohan is not super uber juiced by Pan, for example, or by Fat Tanks, but people are also playing Future Gohan. So yeah, that's why Beast is for me the number 1 unit in this festival. And thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to. I'm open to discuss this tier list. Like, everyone has their own right to their own opinion. And yeah, hope you everyone enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and take care everyone. Stay safe. Peace.